All right, thank you for staying with us. We're still looking at the incident that happened, the unfortunate incident that happened in Kaduna, where it is reported that 85 persons died due to the activities of the military airstrike, and 66 persons are said to be in the hospital receiving treatment. And the president has asked for a thorough investigation into that incident. And we also saw the Chief of Army Staff go to commiserate with the people yesterday when some of the victims who died were being buried, and he made some donations there as well. We still have our guests, security consultants speaking with us, Darlington Umoru as well as Roy Ohidieve. Darlington, you were talking about how can we mop up small arms and light weapons. These are critical issues. You have mentioned the matter of our porous borders, but we have seen government made several efforts at addressing this matter of small arms and light weapons. A committee was put in place at some point by, I think, the past administration to addressing that. But we saw some result to an extent. I think that was, you were part of that that team.
Madam, let's look at it this way. You're trying to refer to PRESCOM, the Presidential Committee on Small Arms and Light Weapons. Yes, I was a consultant to that body. That body was actually it has come in progressions. It was NATCOM in previous government. It transformed to PRESCOM under Jonathan's administration, and then moved on into the Buhari's administration, still as PRESCOM, and then the office of the NSA, outgone NSA, ONSA's office, created the another body. I can't remember the exact name now because of my mood. I've mentioned that name here, something again, Center for the Proliferation or something.
Arms and light weapons.
That body is there. But when you say government has done so much, I don't understand it. When you say done so much, you know, as we speak today, we cannot really mention the quantum of illicit firearms in the hands of the non-state actors. Agreed that it's a fact that across the world, weapons or equipment in the hands of the non-state actors far, far outweighs what you find in the hands of the state actors. Okay? But even so, what PRESCOM did under the other administration was largely funded by either EU, UN, ECOWAS, and some other international organizations. And so, then initially, you saw when Jonathan started this issue, he started it with the Niger Delta freedom fighters. The amnesty thing, when they exchanged money, when you dropped the firearms in your possession, and there was corruption in that arrangement. Okay, where the freedom fighters will not really bring out the sophisticated ones, they brought out some of those, but at least it killed the problem in the Niger Delta. At a point in time, not on a time because he stopped it. At a time you could not export. The mainstream of your economy that depended on oil, you could not do nothing about that. But that helped to end the whole thing. And then people were sponsored abroad to study, even though after all of that in another administration, those of them who were sent out to study were not crying that they've been abandoned. That's the subject for another day.
Absolutely.
But when the team moved on to the Buhari's administration, it was no longer bringing this firearm, bringing this stick, and take this money. Another means of alternative livelihood was what was now being introduced. You know, put something down that the people and the other people will benefit from. But what do we have today? The whole issue about mopping of firearms, we don't really hear so much about it. Right. The local blacksmiths that are manufacturing to fuel the ones that are imported into this country, particularly through the land borders, what have you heard about them? The Southwest is quiet. So much so, aside from the general, the intelligence and the power, are you saying this intelligence are not also applied in the northern part of this country?
Well, so many questions you've actually thrown up, and I believe that the authority will definitely get to look into this, because we know they are looking to solving the problem.
We need men and equipment that can actually detect concealment of these firearms and that are coming into this country.
Let me quickly go to Roy Kidebe in Texas. Under normal circumstances, the people are supposed to be, they're supposed to trust our soldiers. They're supposed to trust the people in the armed forces. With the latest incident, do you not feel that this might lead to some sort of animosity, distrust, as we've seen in some parts of the southeast, where we have the Biafra secessionists who do not want to see the Nigerian army or anyone who is representing the government, those who are fighting against insurgents? Do you not feel that this might lead to some sort of distrust, between the people and the military?
Okay, thank you very much. And thank you for controlling the chief there in the studio so that he will calm down, because he said in his mood he can't remember something. Dear chief, let me respond firstly to your deviation to small arms and light weapons. Now, you see that we all agree that people like to choose interest beyond results. Now, if you look at the number of weapons in the hands of Nigerians, it is not up to the weapons and the caliber of weapons that are in the hands of Americans. It is not, okay? And if you look at our borders, the number of people, immigrants, that get into the United States of America, criminal elements and good elements, is not up to, is also beyond the numbers that get into Nigeria. Just recently, Niger Republic that did a coup d'etat, they are having some economical problems now, and some of them are moving into Nigeria also. Now, but the problem where we have it is what he has not captured. We must have a system, sir, that will take you to court, from there to jail, from jail to electrocution, to firing squad, or to life imprisonment, or to a tenure in prison. If you don't have that criminal justice system, all these things you are saying, okay, if you catch the people with light weapons, where will you take them to? Prison. After a while, they will do prison break in Abuja. After a while, do we hear that they are releasing people now, right? They said people that are in prison should be released because some of them are on meager cases. Who will go and screen if this opportunity, this window, our prison wardens and fellow Nigerians like me and you, which we know we are compromised already for corruption, will not put in some names that are not supposed to be there and release them? Where is a criminal justice system that will come into a crime scene, extract evidence, present it before the judiciary, and sincerely, with national patriotism and at heart, deliver justice? So if you go and be dancing around all these things, you will fail to understand that in every community, before you bring out a pistol, somebody has thrown a call somewhere, and immediate response is coming to you there and there where you gather together. So we are not going into small arms and this for that matter now. Let's leave that for the government of the day, whom was voted in to look at this opportunity to say, we want a country where people cannot gather and turn Nigerian citizens to victims. Now, thank you for the question you asked me now. Now, you see, there are communities in Nigeria today that have majority of people that are connected to the military that you see. I saw a young man and he was telling me that his father died as a colonel. I didn't connect him at all to the military. I saw so many other people I can connect. We have these building processes, okay? Interagency clash has come, people have died, you will still see police and military on joint patrol. We have peace building processes, but we want a peace building process, especially for this matter, for this new government, that will align with finding out what is the cause, what happened. One, who caused it? Two, what penalties was ascribed to those people?
All right.
You know, if we have that, we'll be able to calm down the nerves of the people and connect to them appropriately.
Okay. We'll leave this conversation here now. I would have loved to get your perception or perspective to the matter of capital punishment that he raised, but we do not have time, unfortunately. Gentlemen, security experts, security consultant Darlington Omoru, as well as Roy Okidieve, we must thank you, gentlemen, for your time on the program. Thank you.